We're live. We're blasting off. Hello, everybody. We'll give people a chance to tune in. Tonight, I'm down in the studio. I'm doing this all on my own. Ricky isn't even here yet. I saw him pull in, but he's not in here. And you guys know, you'll know the minute he's here. Okay, we're watching. I'm watching for comments. And just going to make sure everybody is here. Take a few minutes. Got the album. Okay, why can't I see? Anybody out there? I can't see comments. Tammy, go on the Facebook and tell me if you see any comments there. It's in. Oh, there we go. Hello, Darlene. I thought I was going to be doing this all by myself tonight. Glad to see somebody there. Maybe I'm a couple minutes. Oh, I'm right on 7:30. Hello. There's two of you. I have 11 people watching so far. 14. There we go. Everybody's just starting to tune in. So we will take our time getting ready, getting set up. I'm all set to go. Hi, Lori. Everybody's tuning in for part 2. Hi, Anita. This is Romper. It's always like Romper Room. So I wonder if you guys got your homework done last week, or you're like just going to say, yes, Heather, I'm all set to go, and you're going to lie to me. Oh, good. We're getting there. We're getting there. Everybody's checking in. You see 17. So welcome, everybody. So this is the actual Country Kitchen recipe album here. And so this is the 2 sections. I'm in the studio, so I'm able to set my camera up. We can see a little better this time. Hi, Megan. And then we've got on the 2 ends, we've got this piece here. So we did have you make all of your cardstock pieces. And now I'm going to show you how we're going to assemble this. And what I'm going to do, we're going to put one in, and then you can put the other in. We're going to put one of these in, and you can put the other in, because they're both the exact same. So at that point, it's just going to be a matter of you doing whatever it is that you want to do to decorate. I will flip through slowly so you can all see the pages, and then if you're playback, then you can stop it if you want to do exactly the way that I did, because the one I'm working on is actually the Christmas. Oh, here comes trouble.
Hey, Lucy.
Oh,
Hi, Tammy.
that looks like Zoo Lily.
It looks like shoes again.
Shoes again.
Ladies, did you know that Heather has an addiction?
No addiction here.
Uh, One that I want to talk about right now,
Oh, okay.
and that's shoes.
Shoes. I
And
love my
Zulily.
shoes and Zulily. Okay. So what we've got here. Hi, Megan. What have you got? Got all your stuff to make a Christmas one? Good. And that's exactly what I did. So we have our bases all done. We are going to need to add our magnets on here, and on this section here before we put our paper on there. So I did an updated uh, sheet. This is all my scribbles. So I actually typed it all nice and neat for you guys with what size the base papers should be. And I don't know if you remember me talking about the fact that I wanted to include like the scenery on the background, like I did with the country kitchen one with the Cartabella paper. I used this big landscape piece on here. So I'm going to do the same thing with this, the North Pole. But on the front, what I did, and all the pieces should be here. I did all my cutting, I put it all nice and neat, and then the minute I turn the camera on, I can't find anything. There is a second piece. that's going on. So this is my back piece. So these pieces are all, oops, don't throw the album on the floor. These pieces are all 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. And we've got 4 pieces like this. So this is my one that's going to be going on the back. And then on the inside, I have this piece. And then I have this piece. And then I have this piece, but I need to find, I have the other part of this little border cut out somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I've done it this way. So I thought it would be kind of cool to do that. So in order for us to do our front section, we want to first put some magnets. Now I think I'm going to put 4 magnets on here before I glue these pieces down. So let me take, now where did I put the magnets? And I've come down to the studio because Dan is working on my craft room and I don't want to hold him up at all tonight working on my craft room.
Oh, please.
So I thought I would come down here and do this.
So you could bother Tammy.
So I could bother Tammy because we do have a guest tonight.
Ooh, long one.
Yeah, no, that's MFT.
Oh,
Just got a MFT shipment in as well.
Let me see what's in there, James.
And while I'm getting this ready, we also got photo play in. There's a new hockey line, and there is a new Canada 2 paper line that just came in. So we have all the collection kits for that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some score tape and put it on my magnets. This is the 2 pieces on each of these. But I definitely want 4 because, oh, they're all going to stick together. Because on this one here, I did the 4, but I decided to put the 4 in after. So I had to put stickers and kind of put stickers there to hold the extra magnets. So this time we're going to do it right away. So let's take some tape, some score tape, and I'm going to put, oh, you hear those magnets all snapping together? So I'm going to put some tape on the one side first, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, now I'm curious as to what's in my Zulily bag here. Okay. So I'm going to take the backing off of the score tape, figure out whereabouts I want these magnets. So I'm putting them on the flat part, on the inside of the flat part. So I'm going to put one there. And I'm going to put, Megan, yes, the Canada paper is really nice. And I know we have a lot of hockey people, and that one is really cute as well. But the Canada one does have the matching stamps, but I didn't order the stamps. I know I'm a bad person. I didn't order the stamps, but I can get them in because we also got in all the beautiful Christmas stamps and dies from Photo Play, as well as the slimline envelopes and card bases. And so I already need to order some of that. Okay, so I've got 4 magnets. I think that's going to hold well. Now, the reason that this, you can see, as I mentioned last week, it's caving in a bit. See, I have to pull it up to snap it in. But the reason is because this isn't full yet. Once all the recipes are in there, it's going to hold together on its own without me actually doing it. So I think the 4 magnets are going to be sufficient. And now I'm going to put tape. Hey, go eat your dinner. See, we have very long days. Last night I got in at 9:30 from the store. I was in Guelph all day. And then I taught a class last night and the girls loved it. We did the little Boo Crew treat boxes. And then got in about 9:30. And then Dan was picking up some more furniture for the store. that means I have more furniture I have to paint. But you know, the store is already busting at the seams, so we have to go, we can't go to the left or right of us, so we have to go, guess what? We have to go up. So we're building towers out of furniture, as most of you know, and I hope you like the way it looks in the store. It's very much us. Ricky and Lucy us, I should say. You know, that's who we are. So I brought everything down and, oh, no, I did bring the fingertip knife down. I just can't seem to grab that tape off of there. There we go. Just enough to hold it where I want it to go before I put my paper on. So I'm going to bring this across like this, and I'm going to snap those magnets in place. There we go. So you see how now I've got my 4 and my 4. So the paper that I cut, I also have a piece for the inside flat part as well as all of the end pieces. So all of these pieces, there are, these are 8 1/4, all 8 1/4 in length, and this is 2 3/4 wide. So what I want to do, I think I'm going to put this piece on first. The flap is a little bit wider. The flap, yeah, the flap is 2 3/4. The spine is 2 3/8. So there must be I have another piece cut somewhere for the inside of this. But this piece is going to go here. Now, you can see, if you want it bigger and you want it to go right to the edges, by all means, it's your album. You go right ahead and do that. However, me personally, I like to have a border showing all around whatever I've cut. To me, it gives it a cleaner look. That's just my personal preference. Okay, so I'm going to swing this open this way so I can put this paper down here. So I'm going to use, don't really need to use any score tape because I've measured the piece. I know it's going to go on. I'm not going to have to move it. Now watch me put it on crooked and I'm going to have to move it. But I find that if you have the score tape on and then you put your glue on top, it gives you a little bit more time to shift things. Also, I find it a little bit more secure for those areas that are moving, like the waterfall flaps and so forth. Anybody else out there want to comment? Let me know what you're up to. Uh, yes, I'm thinking here for a second. I want that on the outside. You see, I nearly messed up. And I'm going to take my bone folder or your scraper. And then I just always give a little squirt on the edges just because I don't want it to get dog-eared. And that's where your fine tip applicator comes in really handy, is being able to use that on this. Okay, and then I want to do this part here. I'm going to open it this way. Now, with this being such a big piece, I am going to put a few lines of this score tape on here. Lori, yes, these videos get recorded so you can play them back and listen to me over and over and over if you want. Or just stop it, work a little bit, stop it, and go on. Some people like to just watch the first time. Typically, that's what I do when I'm watching YouTube videos. I watch them and then I go back and replay and actually do them. Some people like to do it as I'm doing it, and that's why I give you the, oh, Sandy, you're just watching, didn't get your paper cut this week. That's okay. Did the dog eat your homework? But no, seriously, just watch and, you know, see where Heather makes mistakes so you don't have to make those mistakes. And but I watch so many YouTube videos and I try to tweak them to make it, um, you know, a little easier for me to understand and hopefully a little easier for you to understand. And I'm hoping you're enjoying these because, you know, what else do we have right now other than our videos and our at-home projects? So Yeah, Lori, you're just watching as well. I think a lot of people do just watch. And this is the time, watching live, you can ask the questions. So if there's something that you're concerned about, because when you do the playback, obviously, I can't answer the questions because I'm not there watching it with you. So, if you have questions, put them out there right now because I'm watching the comments as I'm doing this. I'm getting why am I clogging tonight? At least tonight I don't have a migraine like I did last week, trying to work with you guys. And it was like, I was trying ever so hard to figure out what the heck I was doing. Something's jamming my glue up on me. There we go. I think it needs to be run under some warm water and cleaned out. Glad to hear you're enjoying them. So we have a few more classes coming up at the Guelph store. I know we have a class on Friday night. It's the sampler page with Sandra, and she's already put together the next one, which is the December one. Now I got a little bit more down here space. So again, see what I've done? Because I had the score tape. I'm taking this off for a second because it's not allowing me to. And I don't want to have you guys waiting while I go and clean out my tip. Maybe when Ricky comes back downstairs, I'll get him to go clean my tip for me. There we go. So you see, by having that score tape, I was able to pull that up without ripping my paper. So on the bigger pieces, Sandy, glad you're enjoying them as well. I really do enjoy doing this with you guys. I love seeing you guys, posting on our Facebook page the projects that you've done, following the tutorials, and um, when you come into the store and you're all telling me what you've done and how much fun you're having doing them, it really makes me happy. And again, I mean, I'm pulling YouTube videos. These are not my creations. I follow all kinds of different people and I pull from them. Um, I am working, I do a lot of mixed media and I'm working on a couple of mixed media pieces that are definitely my own doing. So you'll have to stay tuned for that. So there we go. That's my cover. And see those magnets, because I did it properly. I didn't think to put the other two on after the fact. It's really secure. So this one is not caving in like my other one did. But again, doesn't matter because it's going to be super full. But this can be, like all your pictures over the holidays. It's so cute. I really like it. Okay, so you guys had two sections like this that you were to do up. And these here, oh, I know what. I didn't assemble the second one because I wanted to show you something. I'm not going to assemble the whole thing, but I want to show you when I put this together on the very first one. In between the two, these are 4x6, and actually it's a little bit smaller than 4x6. In between here, they were catching. So when I did these ones, I went just a little bit beyond the base page on either end to give me some space in here so they don't catch. It doesn't matter that it's up a bit over this. You're not even going to see this. This is going to go in that binding right here. So that doesn't matter. So you're better off to have a little space in between there. And I will show you. So these were the bases that we made, those tunnels. And then what I did was where are those pages? So many things folded here. I did I did all my homework, girls. So when you put these pages on, take my tape off, like that. As I said, I've come up a little bit beyond. So if you want to be sure that they're not going to touch, actually, let me put a little bit of white glue on there so that I have to move it, I can move it. And I'm lining up my first one. I'm going to take the second one and put it down here so I know before I get too far and go, oh, great, they're rubbing against each other in between. I'm going to put one of each in. And again, I've gone a little bit beyond the edge of the paper, but that's all fine to do that. I don't like working without that tip. Okay. So I just want to show you. So I do have like an eighth of an inch or so in between so that these can move freely. Woohoo! And then I've got all my papers cut for those ones. So then when you put your next one, just to show you if you're not familiar with how to do these waterfalls. So my next one, I open this up and I'm up against black on black. I know it's very, very hard to see, but I'm up against where the little tab section is on the first one. So there's that gap is in between. If I hold it up closer, there we go. So you see how I've butted it up against where the other one finished. When I flip this over, you see how that piece is there? So the next one is going up against there and so on. And line them up with the first one, line them up at the top because you also want to be sure that one isn't going off left and one's going right, that they're both going in the same direction. So you're going to do that. You're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. All right. So you've got 4 sections and then you've got your last base page. And I just took 2 pieces of paper and I put them down there. I'm going to put a sticker across here. You can use the same paper if you want, if you have enough of the same paper, and do that. Then on the front ones, I used 4x6 cards. And if you bought a collection pack, you're going to have 4x6 cards in there. I just grabbed a couple of them and I used them for the front of these. So it's just really, I'm not going to stick anything on there. It's just sort of a cover to the inside. On the inside, what I have done is when I have cut the paper, I've cut it and I've put this in the instructions in the measurements. So I've cut the paper 5 7/8 by 3 7/8. And then I cut this section off of the paper. And that's 1 3/8 inches here. So I inked all of my papers and then I put my paper down, comme ça, put my paper down. Then I put my little, we made these little pieces. So once my paper is down and I've got it lined up, it's much easier to glue that down. And this is on the cover, so let's go in on the next page. So this is the 5 7/8 by 3 7/8. And then this little piece is going, I stick that down. So I've taped on both ends and then I've run a bead of glue along there to make a little pocket. And then, well, this isn't the one, but let's pretend that was the one. It's in my pile somewhere. That's going on top of that. So it's so much easier to cut the paper first than cutting it, gluing it, trying to slide it in there, and then trying to line this up. Do it this way. Cut your paper first, put the big piece down, put the pocket down, and then the piece on top of the pocket. Make sense? Okay, so I only used these little pockets, not on the front page and not on the left side. I've left that blank. So if I want, I can glue a recipe on there. On this side, if I like this paper, I can just stick a recipe card in, a small card, a clipping, whatever, and tuck it in there, and keep it like that. And then this side again, there's no pockets, just a pocket on that side, pocket on this side. So I've done this, I've done all my inking and then cut them and put them in. And then the last page, okay? Um, these little fill-in sections here, I've put them in the measurements. Let me move this out of the way. Here we go. We get 20 gazillion pieces. I have 2 bundles here. So I've cut these 3 7/8 by a ½ inch. It is in the measurement and I've cut 16 of them. And I've used all the same paper. So what I'm going to be doing is they are going in here. See that? So you're not going to see that space anymore. How do you like that? You like that way to do the pockets, Helen? Yeah, it just, you know what? It's easier than getting glue everywhere you don't want it to be. So all those little pieces are going to get glued in there and then in here and then on my second pocket that I have to glue all the papers down. But I didn't want to glue those papers down. I wanted to show you what I did first. And when you're cutting these and you're cutting the bottom section off, don't cut from the top of what, do your square, your 5 7/8 by 3 7/8, cut that piece off from the bottom. So then it looks like one continuous piece. See, when you put it in. All right. So that's the way we have done that. And that is this one here. So now that is done, I'm going to move that out of the way. And I'm going to show you how we put these. We're going to put one in, which is the sleeve. Oops, where's my, there we go. Which we have two sections that are going to be stuck in here. But I think first I will finish all the pieces in here first. So why don't we do that? So I have all of these pieces are all cut. I have one for there. And again, I've given you all the measurements for this. I've got one there. I love these trucks. Love the red truck. I may put those two on the inside there. And then this is going to go on this side. And then this is going on this side. See? So I've got all my pieces. So with you having the measurements there, you can cut them all ahead. And then it goes much quicker, I find, anyway, to glue the pieces down. And then I've got my big pieces. So I'm going to stick my piece on the back here, which is this scenery. This paper here is still available. What is this one called? Cartabella. I think this is Santa's Workshop. But Helen, there are a couple of other Cartabella Christmas ones that I was very undecided over which one I actually wanted to do and then picked this one. But it's so, dare I say, cute. That word that I like to use. Take a drink, everybody. She said cute. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of tape. Look at this nice stripe as well. You can't go wrong with either side. And again, I will stress that when you use a collection kit, you do not have to worry about what piece goes where or how you're cut, like what you're cutting for where, because it's all going to work together anyway. Right, Tammy White?
Yes, right.
I have a student right here, see? Live. So in Guelph, we're doing a couple of wreath classes. And if you haven't seen this, the first one sold out the first day I posted it. The second class, I have 4 spots left, and we are doing social distancing in the classroom. This is in Guelph. And I'm going to be posting a third class for a Saturday class. The wreath is huge. It's beautiful. We have it up in the store. I know it's early, but I just want people to actually see how big this is. It's $65 for the class. That's all your supplies. And you go home with a beautiful, beautiful wreath. I also have a few mixed media classes that I'm working on. What else do we have coming up? Dan's got a rustic um, jars in a little wooden box using chalk paint and stenciling on them, which is really nice as a gift or for your dining room table or actually anywhere in the house as part of your Christmas decor. And that's a class that's coming up. Our classes are posted on the Facebook group. Helen, this is why I tried to do some of these virtual classes so that those of you that can't access or get to the store for whatever reason can still participate. We have the Perky Planner group. Now, if you guys watched the video on the weekend with Els, we were so fortunate to have her do a video for us. You know what? I think I changed my mind. I think I need to put I'm going to put those on the inside. I think I'm going to do both trucks on the outside like that. I like that more. Okay, and I did not ink those edges, I can see. So let me grab my ink here. I just want to put a little bit of ink on here. Oh, Sandy, you bought some extras that you needed. I know we need all this stuff, don't we? We just need it. So these are the brushes that we have in the store, the blending brushes. These are $3.49, ladies, and they're so nice to work. Now, when I work them, I keep my fingers down at the base and it gives me a little bit more control. But I'll tell you, it just gives me the right amount of ink on my pieces. And because this paper is so vintagey, I'm using the Vintage Photo Tim Holtz ink. We got a bunch more special collection kits in from Photoplay as well. But we do still have a lot of the Cartabella and the Echo Park kits that can be used for this album as well. And I am working on a couple of other classes for the free online classes, and we'll get those posted up as well. It won't be next week for sure. So back to the Perky Planners, we have a monthly meeting group. It's going to be the fourth Saturday in the month. So it's November 28th. I believe we have one spot left there. We actually bumped it up from 6 to 8. We took a look and we're comfortable putting 8 people in the classroom that day for that class. We're going to be playing with stuff. We're going to be sharing ideas with each other, um, seeing what other people are doing and creating. It's just going to be a fun time. And Lori, yes, you registered for it. I saw that. So it's going to be fun. We've got a good group of people. And I suspect that that's going to grow. Dan's already talking about taking a wall out to make the classroom bigger because I think people just, bouncing ideas off of each other. What better way to, what's the, can't think of the word, but, to socialize with each other and get to know each other. Now, I will have my dies. We can cut some stuff out for you if there's certain things that you want for your planner. For the November one, we're going to do a 2-page to start off the month of December. I'm going to have goodie bags there as well, little goodie bags. The cost of class is $10, so um, we'll have some stuff there. You can bring your lunch. We now have a fridge there, so we've got cream and milk for the coffee and the tea, and bring your lunch, spend the day. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, I don't like the way I've got this. So I really could have trimmed that piece down a bit, but you know what? I don't have the tip on my glue, so I'm going to leave it for now and I will fix that later. But that's all my outside is done now. That's a good size album. Okay, inside. I'm going to put one of the papers there, one of the papers there, and then let me see how that one fits in there. Yeah, so we're good with those. Okay, so I'm going to stick these down and then we're going to put that binding in here. So let's get this part done. Tonight's going to move fairly quickly. If you've done all the cutting and everything for your other sections, they are just straight waterfalls. But I know some of you have not done them before. So I will take my time and show you. I'm just going to do one. So we're not going to be hours and hours tonight. Look how cute the paper is, even on the back. But I didn't want to use that paper. It wouldn't work with the album, but it is still really nice paper. Cartabella is such beautiful paper. So I'm working on as well the December daily planner. It's going to be for the large planner of the Elizabeth Craft planners. I am doing the pages. I am doing all embellishments for each and every page. And it will all be in kits. It'll be available to you to purchase. And then I will do a live and go through page by page how I put it all together. And you can just assemble it at home. Also, the last Monday of every month will be a live planner meeting where I will, show a couple of techniques. Not that I know everything, but, I share what I can. Isn't that what this is all about? The fellowship and sharing. That's the word I was looking for, the fellowship. Or the female ship. Okay, so I'm going to put those. Oh, This is the problem when you change your mind too many times. What did I do? Oh, that's right. I kind of like the stripe. Not that, well, no, because I need to use the stripe on that. When I first cut this piece, I didn't cut it. Actually, you know what? I think that's the piece I was supposed to use, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. I cut this piece out twice for the back because I thought, no, I want this in it, but then this ended up cutting off the North Pole, so then I redid it. So I'm going to use this stripe here. So I don't want to have stripes on either side. I'm going to use the words. Okay. Any questions, ladies? All following along. No problemos. Okay. And if you need a copy, I mean, you can print off from the Facebook message all the measurements. If you want me to actually send you the document, I can do that. Don't ask here. Email me and I'll just respond to your email with the copy. Or you can just take it off the Facebook. And yes, it will go onto the YouTube as well. Okay, so let's get this piece in. I really like the red. And I used the artisan craft paper for this album. Here we go. Oh, white on white. I could not see my trusty little. This is a Teflon bone folder. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. They're not cheap, but they do not leave any marks when you're doing stuff like this, or when you're doing your creases, you don't get any marks. Sheila, it is easy. This is all easy. Just have to sit with your papers and work away one piece at a time. I'm very excited about my craft room and Ricky working away on it. He's got all my top cupboards in with the glass doors. I have a chandelier to put in there. He's now working on the bottom cabinets. But I got home from the store last night and he says, oh, he said, I followed the instructions for the first one, but I didn't follow the instructions for the second one. And of course he had a problem. It's like, hello, what is it with men? They don't like to follow instructions when they assemble things. They're dopes, yes. I remember when he put the barbecue together and I said, what's all that stuff? Oh, spare parts. They don't give you that many spare parts. Uh-oh. He's listening to me up there and he's coming down the stairs. He's going to be here any minute, girls. You're missing him in the background. Here he comes. Put his 2 cents in. Oh, he didn't hear it. Otherwise, I'm sure he would have had a comment to make. Just one, yeah. A few million comments. Okay. So yes, I did put tape on this one. I normally wouldn't, but I was talking. There we go. So that piece is in. I don't know where I put this piece, so I'm going to find it later. I'm not going to worry about that. Oh, it is too big for there. You know what? I'm not happy with that. I'm going to just, before it dries too much, I'm going to take a smidgen of this off, girls, and reglue it. That's 2 1/4. I'm not happy with it catching. It's going to drive me crazy. So just, you know what, I provide the measurements, but again, you know, if you're off a little bit somewhere, It could not be exact, so put it against your piece first, measure it, and then lay it down after that. Sarah, you got your refill for your glue, so you bought a big container of it. My craft palace, Sandy. Yeah, that's what I should call it. The Princess Palace. Oops. Whoa, whoa. There we go. So that piece is done. See, this one here could have been trimmed down as well, but I will get in there with my fine tip and glue that down. There's my end and my back. So everything's got paper on it. Now, in order to put our binding in here, you have a piece of cardstock that I had you measure out to 7 7/8 by 8 3/4. It's towards the bottom of the instructions. And then I had you score it, all of these score lines. So after you score it, I'm going to hold this. Can you see that way better? There we go. I had more trouble trying to figure out where exactly I wanted these folds to go. So we end up with two mountains in the middle here with a gap in between. And then that's just at the back like this. It actually will overlap one on top of the other like this. That fits in there and they squeeze down. So that fits right in there. So you really don't see a whole lot of this in there, but you know it's there and it just finishes it off. So I've put score tape in between here. We have gallon containers of the art glitter glue in the store. So if you're really worried about running out in the winter, grab a gallon or so. So I'm taking the tape off and I'm squeezing those two together like that. And then this process is done. There are so many videos on doing bindings like this. So, you know, if I didn't make it look easy enough, then, you know, go back and maybe look at another video. Sometimes some people explain things a little better than others. We all have those days. And then I'm tucking those two pieces in like that. So I'm just going to run a bead of glue here, just through there, hold those pieces down. This is quite cool way to do this stuff. And using my bone folder, getting that glue to stick really nicely. This fits perfectly in between. This album is going to look nice with some stickles in some of the areas to highlight some of the little pieces. Okay, so on this piece now, this is going to stick down in here. I'm going to put 2 lines of tape on there and then glue. Hello, Heather. Welcome to the group. Did you get my email today answering your questions? There we go. Put another piece there. That. Put one more. This is going to hold a lot of the weight, so I really want to make sure that it's going to secure down well. So I'm going to put 3 strips of this, and then I'm going to put my glue on. There we go. Take that off. So once my craft room is finished, it's going to take me a while to figure out where to put everything. Do you find that? Like you organize everything and then, oh, that didn't work. So then you reorganize it. I think that's going to be a couple of tries doing that in the craft room because I'm going to have so many different.
Organized?
Oh, please. See, he's here, ladies. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is on the left side. This is not the side where your flap is. It's on the left side right here. And I'm going to put it
You can find another one good for you.
centered right there. And
Thank you.
You're welcome.
there we go. And there. Oh, I have one in my bag. I have to show you. I have to show you.
She has to show you, she has to show you.
Well, maybe I don't have it. How do I put it in here? One of the new. I did.
So do you think they wanna just wait for you to do
Yes,
other
of
stuff?
course.
Oh, okay, just
Hold
checking.
on. Well, they're gonna catch up. See? So, oh no, it's not that. No, that's not it. That's not it. Where did it go? Dan, did you take it back? I put some of the new stamps in my bag.
So the L in Lucy stands for more than just Lucy.
Yeah. Did you take them
Luscious?
back?
I didn't take anything.
Luscious?
Yes, luscious.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would be
Yes.
me. I'm luscious. This is one of the new stamps. Look how gorgeous this is. This is one of the new photo play stamps. And this is also going to be perfect in the planner. So I'm going to be doing this for all the Perky Planner girls.
Or a slimline
A
card.
slimline card. That's exactly what they're designed for, you see?
Oh my goodness, I'm
See
a
how
freaking
beautiful,
genius.
look at that beautiful big candy cane. I love it. The cutting instructions are on the actual, Dan posted them earlier today on the Facebook group, Heather. I'm also going to show you just quickly, this is the next card class that Sandra's doing. We did a video to post on Sunday night, but Dan was having issues and it didn't post.
It did,
Oh, it did post?
a day later.
A day later. Okay, so this is all interactive and this is a class in November. Details are in the under the event. So these all open up and this is all Lawn Fawn interactive. This is a slimline card. These are all raised. So all of the pieces will be colored. You'll be doing 4 pieces and you'll have 4 pieces to take, 4 cards to take home and finish. And we'll share with you the colors that we've used on there. This one here opens up. This is a snow globe shutter card. How cute is that? Love it. And then this is the Christmas car critters. And this paper is gorgeous. So this paper is coming in to do this class so that we can have that nice little glimmer in the sky. It looks like stars in the sky. So cute. So that's a 4-card class. Okay, so back to this. Now this is dried well. Heather, if you're still having
Luscious.
problems, send me an email and I will
What came into mind? That is
send
another
the
thing that
document
you
to
wanna
you
say.
by email as well. Okay, so my section that's completed, actually on the back here, I don't know if you remember last week, I was having issues punching and I tried another punch and I'm still having issues, so we're not doing that. On the back of here is that triangle piece. It goes in here. And I'm just going to attach some lace, I think, to it because this paper, although it's great for this, it's nice and strong, it's not so great for the punches. If I use the artisan cardstock, which I probably could have done, then yes, it would have worked. Okay, so you just need to cut this little angle off here so it doesn't stick up. Where'd my scissors go? There they are. So this is kind of where we left off last week, was me dealing with this and getting frustrated. Taking that little angle off, I'm putting tape here and here so that I can stick it down. Piece of tape. Piece of tape. There we go. So when I stick that down, I've got this pointy edge up here that's coming off. And I've got this pointy edge here to cut off. And I want to put a piece of paper on there. So I've got this lovely Christmas tree paper I'm going to stick on the back of this. So, oh, we're going to do it without score tape. Do this. And stick that on there. Oops. slide a little bit. Sorry if you can't see this, I just want to make sure I get all my spacing. There we go. Stick that down. Now, I did say you could put paper on this as well. I'm not going to. I did cut it out, but I'm not going to. It just, I think it's too much. So I'm going to put a piece of lace across here, and then I'm just going to put some of my, these were my stickers that I cut out and I backed them on the black paper. So I'm going to pop a couple of them, and that'll be another spot to kind of hold a recipe as well. Take the tape off. I'm going to stick this in here. Oops. Tape and tape. There we go. And stuck in my fingers. All right. So let me do this side first. Stick that down. Oops. Too far over. There we go. Oh my goodness. There we go. That down and stick that down. There. So that gives us that pocket there. Okay. Now I can attach this onto this hinge. So this pocket that's open here is going to slide right onto this hinge. I'm going to put some tape on there first. Use some wider tape on there. It's so nice having the score pal right here that I have all my tape on, so I'm not searching all over the place for it. Sticking tape on both sides of that. Just like that. Taking the tape off. And I'm pushing this right onto there. Maybe. You know what? Let's slide it back off because I want to put some glue on there because that will let it slip in easier. Put it on. And there we go. That's better. Push it down. Oh, I haven't stuck those in, but I did show you to put all of those little pieces in and here. It is now stuck to that hinge. See that, ladies? And then I have a nice big pocket here as well. Oh, stick that. Stick that edge down. So we have two sections that are going to go in there. That's section one, and then your other section. So we've done two of them. On here and on here are going to be the flaps, the waterfall. All right. So for the waterfall, we have this as our base, and then we are attaching these pieces. And these are, this is 8 by 6 1/4, and then these are 4 3/4 by 6 1/4. You're going to turn it this way. You're going to score on the long edge, not the short edge. You're going to score on the long edge, and that's scored at 1/2 inch. Now on these ones, grab the actual album to show you. Open it up. I did the same thing here. I cut the paper. I did not do the big extra pocket piece, but I cut the paper. And then I just glued the edges of the paper to create just a thin pocket, just to hold one little piece of paper in there like that. Whereas this side, you can tuck more in. You've got more room. You could tuck a bunch in, but I didn't want to do that on this side as well. Because this flips up, I was worried about them flipping out and so forth if you have too many in there. So I just have the one. Now your extra pieces, those fill-in pieces, you see how they're going to go in there, just like that. And I cut them all. Bulldog clips are great to have to hold all your pieces together. So this is how this piece goes together. So I'm going to show you that. We create the waterfall. We also have two little flaps that we want to add in here. Nope, that's not a flap, that's a pocket. Pocket, where's my flaps? Here we go. So this flap is going to go like this. And before you put your paper on your top one, you want to have a magnetic piece, a magnet in here and a magnet on your first, the upper part of the waterfall. So this waterfall has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you've got 16 of these cut out because we're doing 2 of them, remember? So I'm going to, and then your printed papers, I have them piled right here. I have them all cut, but I haven't cut that other section out. And the same idea on this one, although I just did that paper cut like this, you can do it on this side if you want. I did it on the first one and then decided, no, I don't want it on there. I just did the paper cut on the bottom one. So you are going to have to cut 32 pieces of paper like this. And these are all, I believe, they're 4 by 6. So they fit exactly. They're perfect. And then you want, I just did a 1-inch cut on the bottom of them. So on the 4-inch side, so you've got 3 inches and 1 inch there. And then just glued it on 3 sides to make a little pocket. But I haven't done that cutting yet. So on my front one though, I again like to use maybe one of the, like one of the cards like this, because I just like that look. Okay, so before I put that on there, what I want to do, actually, I've got to measure it all out. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 cards on this piece. So if you've not done waterfalls before, you've got your pieces done like this and we've got the glue on there. So very similar to the other section that was going horizontally this way. This is going down this way. So I turn my paper around so I can start it right at the top. I put the first one down. Oh, black on black. And again, we're going to have that gap there, just like we did on the other one. So the next one is going to go up against that edge. So I'm going to slide them in. I'll put my paper on after, but I want you guys to see this section. We just really have this section to do and we're done. The rest should be able to do on your own. There we go. It's 2. Oops. Piece number 3. So I do have 2 bundles of these. My second bundle is ready to do the second for the right side. Oops, come on. Doesn't sound good, does it? There we go. Hi, Larissa. You're late joining us tonight. Another piece down. And again, lining it up against the other one. And it's in. The next one. Oops, come on. There we go. And then oh, I still have two more. Let's see where we are. Yep, two more. The waterfall is so nice. It's a way to be able to add so many pages without it making your book too thick. And you could do these any size you want in any kind of book. And then the last one is going like that. There we go. And then I just really give those creases a really good fold with the bone folder. Now, if when you're putting these down, for whatever reason, they didn't line up evenly on the side, if you're not going to be comfortable with that, just trim it. Don't worry about it. And then just trim your paper down a little bit more before putting it in. Okay, so there we go. So that's my base. Now I can add this little tab right at the bottom like this. And I'm going to have it just like a fraction up from the very, very bottom of here. I've got tape, but I'm also going to put a little bit of glue on this because it is an interactive piece. And I didn't bring my centering ruler down to make sure that I'm in the center. So we're going to use Heather's eyeballs, which are not always the best, but and I'm a little crooked. Move it over a little bit. There we go. Okay, so once that piece is on there, we're going to cover this with paper, but I want to show you the magnet. Where's my magnet? Too many pieces on the go here. I need to put these together. Just out of the way. I saw them a few minutes ago. They were stuck to my computer. There they are. Okay, so my magnets, two magnets. Hey, Margie. Oh, Dan just posted the information again with the measurements. But as I said, feel free to reach out to me and I will send you the Word document if you want. Just send me an email. So I'm going to want them fairly close up at the top. So I'm going to stick that down right. It might help if I stuck the side down that I lifted the tape off of. And then this piece is going to be underneath there. There we go. And that's under there, just like that. Okay, so now I can, oh, I don't want to use this because I've already used this one. Well, two pages looking the same. I know I have some others cut out. I have two bundles of this. I used the Christmas list. This one, I'm going to put that one on there. So this is going to go over my magnet. Now you can see, I'm not trimming this one off. So you can see, you could cut your paper a little bit bigger. However, if you cut your paper bigger, this is 4x6. If you cut your paper bigger, you're not going to have enough paper even with two collection kits to do this whole album. So I would not cut them any bigger than the 4x6 that I've marked in the directions. Okay. I mean, you can do 4 1/8 by 6 1/8, but guess what? You're only going to be using half of your 12x12 papers. So instead of getting 6 cards, you're going to get 3 and a fourth one. So you definitely won't have enough paper. So don't do that. Then going to be a very costly album if you have to start then into a third collection kit. Okay, so I'm going to stick that down just like that. And that's going to hold down like that. So this has got, I do have paper that I'm going to use. I just haven't trimmed it down yet. That's going to get stuck on there. So then for the next page, for instance, as I said, this is 4x6. I want to trim an inch off the bottom. Oh, thank you, Lee. I really like the, I'm really liking the Christmas paper to do it. So, and remember, when you're cutting that inch off, to cut it from the bottom of the paper, so then it still looks like it's a complete piece, see? But it's actually going to be a pocket. So I'm going to stick the first piece down. Whoops. Leave that gap up at the top. Stick that down. And then I'm just going to use some very thin, you can use your 1/4 inch tape, but I'm going to use some super thin tape. Then I'll leave that pocket fairly big. And whoops, there's glue there. Don't want to do that. Stick that down. Oh, it didn't stick. I think this was unwound and I had my gluey fingers all over it, so there's no stickiness left on it. There and there. There we go. All right, so I have this little piece now that I'm just going to tuck in there. One. Two. Oops. And 3. You can run a bead of your art glitter glue, but again, I don't have my tip on it. And I'm coming up just ever so slightly. I don't want to see a gap in there. Got it, ladies? So just bring it up like 1/32 of an inch, up like that. So they still look like they're completed faces on there, but you're not having a black line in between. And now I have a pocket. Isn't that cool? There we go. And then on this side, I'm doing a full piece, just like that. Pocket on this side, full piece on that side. You are doing 2 like that with your magnets. They are then getting glued right in the center of here, like that. And then your second one is getting glued on the back right here. That is it. That's the complete album. Now, the last thing that you can do, and what I have done, is the sticker sheet that comes with your album. There we go. My pieces all mixed up here. I did show you guys last week. I have done this. I have stuck them all to the back of my cardstock and I've trimmed around. So for instance, now if I want, I can put this one, I will probably put on the back. It's not in proportion, but I still like it. So I may just put it, actually, you know what? It looks like he's way up in the sky and he's looking down. Actually, that's kind of cool. I will pop it. I will pop it just a little bit. I don't want to pop it too much because it is on the back of the album and it will catch. I'm then going to take things like this little guy, stick them on the end, stick one on the other end, and so forth. Now, what I did on this album, and these ladies are so cute. So if you want to follow what I've done, I put the Bless This Kitchen, the rooster here, the lady here. You guys have the little, if you bought 2 kits, then you got the tags, the little piece of ribbon, so you can stick that up in the corner. I have some buttons, some cooking buttons in this store now that have just come in. But back it with paper. So on this side, I put the lady, whoops, let me go up here. Here we go. So I've got the lady and I've got the farm fresh first on the left. It's all ready. Oh, I didn't do the quilt and stuff, but so this I laid flat. This is popped a little bit. And then I did not put anything on the back of this one. And then on the front are those pieces. On this end, I put the flowers. I did the daisy flower paper and I put the flowers there. Isn't it cute, Margie? See, take a drink now. Said the word cute. Okay. Um, I'm just going to flip through slowly so that you guys can see. So if you want to do it exactly how I've done it, I put one of the stickers here. I put the little piggy there. This is here only because I forgot to put my magnet in underneath the piece, so I had to put it on top. So I really can't even use that as a pocket. Um, and then all of this is just paper inside here. I still have some stickers to stick down. All the paper inside here that I've used. I'm just going slow enough. You can stop it and then copy exactly the paper when you're playing on your playback. Don't forget to ink your stuff. It does really add to it. The middle section, remember I said the top pages, use a 4x6 card as your introduction. And then I will flip through this first one so you can see. I took a tag and I stuck it there. If you are doing a tag and a sticker, use the, I call it my sniffy. It's the powder, uh, what's it called, Dan? Powder applicator.
No, I like Sniffy.
It's my sniffy because it smells good. So I stuck the sticker down and I used the powder on the back of here so it's not sticking down completely. This one here is nice because if the recipe is in here, and then I can just tuck it right there or tuck a note about the recipe there for someone. I did my homework, Sandy. There we go. Two more pages I've done. And again, the pockets. Two more. So I don't have all my stickers down. So you have lots of places to put all your stickers. You have 2 packs of stickers if you want to use the 2 packs. And then this was the back page. This was 2 pieces. So I put a border sticker in between. So that's the first one. On the back here, I used the garden to table, stuck this one down. Actually, you know what? I could put that Santa even on the inside if I want on one of these pieces. See, I was able to cut this, but for some reason this week, the punches, they're all jamming when I try to use them with the thicker paper. If you're using regular cardstock, then you can use one of your border punches and punch it. But if you've got the heavyweight licorice twist, it's going to jam on you. Okay, and then these, I've again got 2 of the 4x6 cards in the front. These are the next pages. This one here, it's just a little card I filled in and I tucked it in. So you can use that. Take some of your leftover black paper. If you've got paper left over, put it on the front. Write with a white pen a recipe on there. There you go. How cute is that? And tuck it in. Here, there was a recipe card with the kit, so I just tucked that in. But see how they're all going to fit in so nicely in there. I just love it. Those pages are right there. Those pages. And I did put one of the recipe cards right down on there. Cuts of beef I liked. And then I used this again. And then this is 2 pieces. I'm going to put a thin piece across there to join those two. And then I used all the old stoves on there. The last section, again, I'm just doing this so you guys can see if you want to do it exactly like this. Paper on here, I put a flower on here. And again, I had done the same thing. I didn't put my magnet down first. So see, I do make mistakes. I make lots of mistakes. Inside here, and again, I took a card or a piece of the paper, stuck it onto black, tucking it in. This one needs to be stuck down again. This is why you need to use the tape and glue. My score tape is lifting, so I'm going to, where they're lifting, I'm going to re-glue them. Use both. Okay, the little stoves. Oh, quarter end. Margie's working on quarter end. I have 2 years of my books to do. Got to get caught up. And there we go. And there. All right, so that's that whole section there. And then I took the milk, the little rolling pin, and the fresh eggs, stuck them there. There's a couple of flowers here. And again, the reason is I added the two extra magnets, and so I did it afterwards. So I had to put paper there to hold them. So that is the whole kit and caboodle there, girls. Completed, just like that. I hope you enjoyed it. I want to see yours when it's done. I love it when you share it. So does Dan. Share it on our Facebook group. Share any of the projects from stuff that you purchase at the store. We are more than happy to share your work with everyone. And this is why we have these score pals, so that you don't do what I'm just doing, and that's sticking the stuff all over me. So that is it. I've got all my little pieces now that I'm going to add to my second book. It is all set to go. Very, very, well, not all set to go. I got to finish tucking everything in. Oh, and a dead fly. You know what? This fly was driving me nuts all night. There we go. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed it, ladies. Stay tuned for the next freebie workshop that we're going to do. Stay tuned for the Perky Planners live video at the end of November. But we'll have lots more stuff going on before then. So have a good night, stay safe, and craft away, everyone. Good night.